Welcome to class. Thank you so much for coming. Gerline has gone out and she has secured not one but two placements. She's volunteering and she has really done well and connected with the community. In a moment, she's going to talk about her experience, hopefully to inspire you that you can also achieve academic excellence. You can also make a difference in the community in which we live, and as you transition from college, you'll make your mark in society.
To start with, what does volunteering actually mean? So I believe volunteering is a voluntary act of an individual freely giving time and help for community. It allows you to connect to a community. You go out of your comfort position. You don't work for salary there. You work for the community to make a difference there, and you help people out to make connections, to help your academic support, and it also means that volunteers with no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. So helping out even with your smallest course to the professional settings we are going to, it's going to make a big difference where we are going to volunteer. It offers a chance for you to showcase your skills, and the thing is that it helps you build connections. For example, when I went to the region of Peel, I met two activational therapists who have become very good professional guide to me, and one social service worker who is a registered social service worker. She has been a great guide to me, and she used to tell me what are the do's, what are the don'ts, what are the skills you can use to enhance and make it look better on your resume and CV, what are the softwares you can learn. So these are the things we are not going to learn while sitting somewhere. These are very basic things sometimes we can come across while searching, but making connection really makes a difference, I believe. They help you a lot, especially the people who are in the same profession. If you seek out to them, they are going to help you a lot. I'm in the ending of third semester. So this is the time where I have to start moving on forward towards my placement. So to work on my placement, I need to apply for certain categories and areas for the job. A volunteering experience in the long-term care and the adult day services made a really great boost because I am getting opportunities from different places, and also where I'm working already, I have put forward my point to get a placement there. It is possible if you work there as volunteer, you may get a placement there. So it's going to be a boost if you show volunteering in your resume or CV, that these are the steps to apply for volunteering in some of the regions. So number one is region of Peel. This is the link I have provided in the presentation. If you go directly on this link, you will come across, the number one thing you will come across the link is the region of Peel has served several program locations. In which areas would you like to prefer for volunteering? So Brampton, Mississauga, obviously Brampton, we are in the Brampton campus. So under the site of region of Peel, you can go on forward for Tall Pines, long-term care, plus the Adult Day Services Center. So there are two things. They are interconnected, but they are different from each other. Adult daycare services are serving patients or the residents on day-to-day basis, whereas long-term care is about they are the residents of that community, and you can choose between them. Either you want to work in long-term care or you want to work in the adult daycare services. And when you get selected for the interview, what are the steps afterwards? So they're going to ask you in an interview very basic question, tell me about yourself. And we not need to be very computerized. You just have to tell them in a way that you believe yourself to be. your top reasons to apply for volunteering. That why you applied for the volunteering. The points I already have spoken about, those 5 points if you remember: making a difference in community, for your professional enhancement, and all the other steps. Mention which location and which program are you applying for. So basically, I already said that while applying on the form and clicking on whatever you are selecting, you need to be very careful, because they are going to ask why you applied for this location and why you are looking for this particular category. What are your interests in that category? So you need to do a little research before going on to, for example, I'm looking on forward for the adult daycare services, so I need to know as much as possible about the daycare services, because they can ask questions. So why you applied to their organization? You can go onto their website and search for their mission, vision and goals, and you can get an idea that what this organization mission and vision is, and you support that vision, and that is why you are there for. And the fifth question is, if this is something that we come across in almost every interview, that for example, if you are in a difficult conflict or in a difficult situation, how do you react to that, or how do you manage it? So there is a very good technique for answering this question, that is, S means story, T means your takeaway, A means what action you took, and R means what was the result. So for example, even if you have done a work in a warehouse or a work in an office job or anywhere, this is the basic question that is almost asked in every interview. So how to excel that question, because this is the basic question. They are going to test your abilities in this question. So by remembering this star scenario, you have to put forward your story. What was the story? What was the conflict between you and your colleague or two other colleagues? By putting forward your story, you will tell that what was my takeaway from that situation, what I believe I should do. For example, my takeaway from that situation was to resolve the conflict. So I want to be a conflict resolution. So conflict resolution is my takeaway. This is your takeaway from the situation. And what action you took is the core element of this star scenario that is going to be a deciding factor. That what action you took, was it aggravating the situation or it de-escalated the situation? So this is very basic. And what was the result of the whole story? That did it end well or was it negative? Even if it ended negative, you can tell the truth, either negative or positive, but at the same point you need to tell them that your action was positive and not in a wrong direction but in a positive direction. So this is how we can portray that we always practice star scenario while handling a conflict. And the last question they ask you is strengths and weaknesses. So once you get selected after the interview, afterwards there are steps after selection. So you will receive all the requirements by email. So basically there are 4 requirements. Number 1 is TB 2-step test result. TB test is something which takes a lot of time when we conduct it. So TB skin test, anybody have any idea of what TB skin test is like? Like it takes 2 weeks to be done. And second is police vulnerability check report. It's a form which you have to fill for your vulnerability sector check. I can provide, anybody of you who is interested, I can provide you with further information of where to go to get your all the medicals done. And so now I compared and gone through. Now I have found out a better medical clinic. You can just walk in, you don't need to make an appointment. So if you contact me, I can help you out with the further steps, that where to go to get your TB skin test done, where to visit, what site to visit for your police vulnerability check. COVID booster vaccination can be done in the same center, medical center, and 2 references will be provided by your school, maybe your placement coordinator, manager, or anyone from your professors to support you. So these are the basic requirements you will be needing to get into the volunteering pathway. This is something Canada also needs. They need more and more volunteers to make community a better place. So if we can, with our little effort, we can make a difference to someone's life, someone's work ethic, why not? Why not go and out of your comfort zone, help people? And also on the same side, you are also receiving the benefits. On your resume and CV, it looks good. It makes a difference to your personality. You grow in personality. There's a basic transition from you, what you are right now, and what you will be while doing the volunteering. Even viewing from your career perspective, what we are here for, most of us are here for one goal. It's going to fulfill it. I really promise you it's going to fulfill your pathway, because I see it coming. I am seeing it coming after my placement, after my graduation, work permit, and then yes. So I just want everyone to have a positive feedback of this, and please think of volunteering and giving it a second thought. If you really want to make a difference and you want to boost your career up in social service worker, then it is a must to do a volunteering. Thank you so much.
Thank you.